Saudi government school. This is documented as well. He said that the fights within the royal family is hurting the people of the country, which is true. They took him, they went into his house, he was sleeping, called him, he's actually a religious man. He's not, I mean, not religious, he teaches at religious school. He was sleeping, they told his wife, wake him up. He came and, they took him to prison. That's the end of the story. Just to give you some ideas about violations of human rights, and nobody talks. Another gentleman who writes to defend religious minorities in Saudi Arabia, his name is Tam Shamri, was having dinner. He was just writing that we should not treat our people, that means the Shiites and others, we should not treat them with disrespect. They are Muslims. They just believe in little something different. So what? He was having dinner with a friend of his. They came and picked him up. They didn't let him even finish his dinner. Took him to jail, and he's being, both of these gentlemen are languishing in jail. I called the State Department, I called the Congress people, I called everybody like that. I said, oh, these are internal affairs. I said, yeah, but we are protecting the Saudi government. We are selling them arms. We are doing everything to maintain these people in power. And they are violating everything we stand for. And so, what is it we should do in this country? This is how I would title this conference, instead of what the human rights in Arab and Muslim countries, what Americans should know. It's what the Americans should do, not know. Americans in this room and this Congress, they know what's going on. What we should do is to have a bill that should pass in Congress that prohibit the implementation of the Sharia law, any aspect of the Sharia law, whether it's Islamic banking, whether it's Islamic compliant, whether it's Islamic anything. We should demand that all monies come to any institutions in this country should be made public. And we should demand, our Congress, our people here, should demand that any university in the United States that has a Middle East department, whether it's religious department or a Middle East study department, that university should insist institution is established in a Saudi university to teach about Judaism, about Christianity, about heathens, about gays, about lesbians, about whatever. These are some of the things we should be doing. Simple, reciprocity they call it. This is what we should be doing here, and this is what I would like our informed speakers here to end up their speeches. What should we do? And these are the kinds of things we should do. I have been in Washington for so long, and so many of you have been in Washington so long. There is no one single institution in Washington, D.C., whether conservative like AAI or Heritage Foundation, or there is no single institution, think tank in Washington, D.C., that does not take money from the Saudis directly or indirectly. The biggest contributor to the American Enterprise Institute and the Heritage Foundation camouflage the multinational corporations, including the oil companies. Where does that money come from? Even though the philosophy of the organization is conservative and may not be, for sale, there are a lot of people in this organization who are. Washington Institute, for example. Okay? There are ones that are already, that's totally in the Saudi payroll. That's the Middle East Institute and Arab American Institute and CARE and all of these things. So we should push for laws, bills in this country that expose all of these monies that come to these people, and what are we doing, or what are these people doing for the money they receive? Nobody's giving money. Their interests are saved by these things. Finally, I just want to mention a simple thing for you to think about. And this came out in this WikiLeaks revealed cables. The Saudis and other Arabs have been telling everybody that the rise against Americanism in the Arab world, increase in terrorism, Islamic extremism, is the result of the United States military involvement in Iraq and Afghanistan. And support for Israel. Those cables revealed to us the truth. Israel is not even of any concern to the Arab regimes, and I have been saying this all my life. This is nothing new. That's how I met her. And Israel is not even, haven't been mentioned anywhere of concern to them. They are also, the Saudi king is saying we should invade Iran, not because of the nuclear weapons, because the nuclear weapons have no concern to these Sheikhs and these Arabs. It's not made for them, it's made for the infidels and the Israelis and everybody else. We should invade Iran, kill lots of Iranis, and then invade Lebanon, kill lots of Lebanese, just to protect the Saudi interest. Instead of Hezbollah and Iran, you will have a Wahhabi state. So what's better for the Jews, for example? You guys always talk about, what is better, Wahhabis or Shi'at Iran? You guys get to make up your mind, right? And Iran, and this is so build to me, there's nothing more dangerous to anybody than Wahhabi ideology. Here, anywhere it is, the Jews in the Middle East, here, anywhere, it's deadliest than anything else. I mean, we know there are weapons of mass destruction the Iranians are doing. We should go and take them out. Somebody should take them out. I mean, you know, if I were a Jew or Israeli and somebody said, I'm going to wipe you out, I'm not going to wait until somebody wiped me out. I'll do something about it. But I'm just saying, so if anti-Americanism and increase in terrorism and suicide bombers is the result of our military involvement in Iraq, why are they encouraging us to invade Iran and Lebanon? This is a question you folks want to think about. I'm writing about it. Thank you very much.